Welcome back, Chevette Nation. This week, I got to clean this mess up. Got to go over a few things. And with any luck, I'm going to start getting some measurements and getting things ready to weld. Got to get finished fabbing up the rear end. Fix what I screwed up before. Fix what I cut up before. Then transmission mount. Gonna need to weld that up. Since the engine is where I need it to be, now I need to get the transmission where I can bolt it down. Then after that, maybe we'll start getting the car emptied out and get the interior put back in. I need to free up some shelf space over there, up there, so I can start putting some camper stuff up on those shelves so I can have some space over there. This has become way too much of a catch-all. Not happy. I got camper stuff over there, right there, over there. Not digging it. This is a shop. Okay, I want it to be a shop, but whatever. I need to get this thing pushed out of here. I want to get these front brakes off so I can take them in and get core for those Grand Am brakes. That's going to be $100 right there. I got a new and improved list. We've all seen this list, okay? You've seen me bounce around out here from one task to another. So while this is still the master list, this is not what I'm going by right now. Short list. This is the stuff that I want done by February 1st. If I get all this done, then that car will be ready to roll to the Chevette meet in July. If I get all this done and it's ready to go to the Chevette meet, of course that would be as a roller, not as a driver. That means I can pick at things and take my time and start getting it ready for fire up. I know the harness is going to take a lot of time. That might be first on my list after this list. Regardless, I've got to do front hubs. Got to get some machine work done to them. I need to put front brakes on there. That comes after the hubs, obviously. Then I can put the 15-inch wheels on it. Proportioning valve, master cylinder, and get the brakes plumbed. That'd be great if I got it. Not really required. The stuff in red is stuff that I must do. Stuff in black is what I'd like to see done. Interior installed. That's in red. I'd like to build the console. I'd like to get the gauges and the tach and the stereo. I got a new stereo. It's one of the reasons why I made this list. I need to get injectors. That's $300 almost. That's money I don't have right now. Okay, so injectors. I need to get the engine bolted together. I need to fab up the intake. I'm going to wrap the throttle body. Well, I'll show you. I need to finish up that front bumper. Seems superficial, but if this thing's going to a show, if it's going to be seen, it needs to have that narrowed and tucked bumper, especially with the opening underneath. That looks awesome. It needs to have that finished, painted, and installed. So this is my short list. This is the stuff I have to get done. And in the house I have the shopping list, parts list. And I also want to get that stereo installed. I know, it's stupid stuff, but I've got a new stereo now. I've got an amp. I've got a bunch of speakers. Probably going to cut out holes underneath the back seat for 6x9s. Got a subwoofer up there. I need to make a box for it. Let's get this shop cleaned out. This tire up here is almost flat. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. It's too late to get started on anything, but the good news, look at how nice it looks. I got so much cleaning and organizing and disposing of stuff. The trash can's full, the bed of my truck is full, and I've got all kinds of stuff that I'm putting up for sale now. And I still got plenty of truck parts for later. Didn't even get the wheels off to take the front brakes off. That'll happen later. Much better. Now that we got the shop cleaned up, let's take a look at these brakes and see what's going on here. At first glance, it's pretty obvious. Now, don't let all this fool you. This is what's important. But mostly, actually, this is what's important. The piston inside here is what matters. The more fluid that's pushing on that piston, the more clamping power you have. The original caliper, the piston is right at 2 inches. This is the Grand Am caliper. That's 2.5 inches. A ½ inch don't sound like much, but trust me, you can see the difference. It's huge. But in all reality, this is nothing special. You see, this is aluminum. The magnetic base on here doesn't stick to it. It'll stick to that, to the bracket. This one, as you can tell, is steel. The aluminum will dissipate heat much better than the steel. The steel will rust and get ugly. Not that that matters when you're running moon discs. But if I had some kind of fancy mags, I could paint these red, look like the Corvette guys and every other poser out there. Yeah, I know, I want to paint them red. I won't though. But you can paint that red and it was more likely to stay red. This, as you see, it doesn't matter what you do to it, it's gonna look nasty. Granted, that's 40 years old. Something else I'm doing, I'm getting rid of these ancient, dried up, crusty, collapsing hoses. And they're getting replaced with some Jegs steel braided hoses. Let's get this thing jacked up and get the actual brakes off. I used to say that there's no such thing as being too low. People would complain about their car or their truck sitting too low, and I'd look at them and say, I don't follow. What do you mean, too low? However, when you can't even get the floor jack under there, that's too low. I don't know if you can see it on there, but I'm not even to the cross member. This is underneath the front of the engine. The cross member's back there. It's a total bummer too, because I like the way it looks. I'll have to figure something out. Now, this may well be the first time I've looked underneath here with the engine in place. So, you see the engine. You see oil filter goes right over here. This is the oil pan. Look at how close this is. That is almost perfect. Now, my only fear is I still need to put a gasket in here. So I'm probably gonna have to kind of clearance this just a little bit on both corners right here. Just kind of give it a, I don't know, a hammer. I don't want to cut a hump into it, but if I have to, I have to. But that's how close that is. That's how almost perfect it is. Also, looking down here, obviously this is the bottom of the cross member, right? And there's the oil pan right there. The oil pan barely sticks out beneath the cross member. It's tucked up in there perfectly. This is good stuff. So I got those removed, got them all boxed up in the truck, ready to go back to the parts house probably Monday. I think the rotor hub is going to be coming off here real soon, next weekend maybe even during the week, not likely. And I need to get those hubs machined and get them ready to go onto these spindles. With the money I'm getting back from these calipers, I'm going to order the brake rotors and pad for the 2001 Grand Am, I think I called it. 2001, whatever. And I should be just about ready on the front brake conversion. So that will also give them on 5 lug wheels, 15s out of the rafters, slap them on here, have 5 lugs all around, have my 15s and 16s, put it on the ground, see how it's going to look. Not much exciting going on right now, I know. Baby steps. We got a bigger goal. Actually, I guess we have a smaller goal. Short list. I'm working on the first one. Front hubs, front brakes, 15-inch wheels. And then maybe the master cylinder proportioning valve and all that. We're going to see if I can't get some sheet metal from work and do some temporary floorboard repairs. Because when this interior goes in, it's just basically being tossed in. This is not a permanent thing. Throw that interior in just so it's presentable. Injectors are on the way. I can almost knock that off. Progress. Till next time.
Chevy Chevette, it'll drive you happy. All that space is gonna put a smile on your face. It'll drive you happy.
Check that price sticker and listen to your heartbeat quicker. Chevy Chevette.
Look at this mileage rating. What's the sense of waiting? Chevy Chevette, it'll drive you happy. Chevy Chevette, it'll drive you happy. Everything a small car ought to be. Stop by your Chevrolet dealer and see. Chevy Chevette.